trail shook before the morning broke the hills. A trail of empty shells, still smoke beneath my passing boots. The sheriff raised his rifle like the law was made of iron. I answered with my revolver before he spoke my name. The smoke rolled slow across the square. Every eye stayed fixed on me. Some deaths don't fade with time. They're right beside your shadow. Every round finds something waiting. Every trail comes back again. You can bury names in dust, but the truth keeps riding on. Still decides what words can't settle. Blood remembers every deal. No man outruns what he started when the reckoning rides in. The banker locked his office while the town pretended not to see. The preacher closed his Bible when the first shot split the air. Every badge around the square looked polished by dirty money. Every smile behind those stars was bought with someone else's land. I walked straight through the silence with my hand around cold steel. The boardwalk echoed louder than the thunder and the clouds. One by one, the courage disappeared behind swinging doors. Only the wind stayed on us when the shooting finally stopped. No prayer stopped the rising smoke. No badge turned back the lid. The trail keeps every promise, whether you run or stand. Every round finds something waiting. Every trail comes back again. You can bury names in dust, but the truth keeps riding on. Still decides what words can't settle. Blood remembers every deal. No man outruns what he started when the reckoning rides in. By sunset, every hoofbeat sounded heavier across the plain. A lone rider watched in silence from the edge of broken stone. He never touched his holster and he never showed a badge. Still the air around him carried more weight than loaded guns. I tightened every buckle as my horse pulled toward the ridge. The leather creaked like gold scars waking underneath my coat. If the trail had come to collect what I'd left behind for years, it would find me standing tall with my hand above the grip. The dust don't choose a side. The gun don't pity men. Every road keeps count. Every fire leaves ash. Stand where you belong. Draw when the time comes. Some debts wait for you, but they never die. Every round finds something waiting. Every standing on your boots, or leave your name to the wind. The smoke drifted into night, the hoofbeats never slow. Another trail lay waiting, another dead road on. The sunrise found me with a rifle on my knee. A folded poster carried one more stranger's face to hunt. The silver filled my pocket every time the trigger spoke. I never asked whose family waited on the other end. The trail was dry beneath my boots, the price looked easy in my hand. One more ride, one more name, one more soul for the reward. I was living off somebody else's blood, trading lead for another payday. Every mile buried one more truth, every dollar carried another ghost. The gold felt heavy in my hands, the silence followed every ride. A man can spend what he steals, but he can't spend what he owes. The next reward led south, beyond the weather-beaten church, and no man watched me passing without reaching for his gun. He pointed toward the canyon where my quarry made his stand, like he already knew how that long ride would finally end. The outlaw drew before I spoke and fight into the dust. His bullet missed my heart but found a saddle at my side. When I looked into his eyes, there was no fear left to kill, only the face of someone tired of running just like me. The smoke hung low between us, neither man would turn away. One of us would ride again, one would feed the dust. I was living off somebody else's blood, trading lead for another payday. Every mile buried one more truth, every dollar carried another ghost. The gold felt heavy in my hands, the silence followed every ride. A man can spend what he steals, but he can't spend what he owes. His revolver hit the ground before the echo left the hills. He smiled without a word and reached inside his weathered coat. A faded picture caught the wind before it reached my boots. A woman stood beside two boys outside a broken barn. I lowered my revolver as the silence settled in. The bounty on that paper Every shot left something dead, not just flesh beneath the dust, but pieces of the man I was. The trail keeps perfect count long after bullets disappear. Every payment buys one more day, waiting somewhere down the road. I was living off somebody else's blood, trading lead for another payday. Every mile buried one more truth, every dollar carried another ghost. The gold felt heavy in my hands, the silence followed every ride. A man can spend what he steals, but he can't spend what he owes. No trail runs beyond the past, no rider escapes the cost. The poster burned into the fire, the silver stayed cold in my hand. Another reward would come tomorrow, but I knew the trail had changed. The same freight wagons and slept beneath one sky. You trusted every word I spoke without a second thought. One sack of gold was all it took to poison loyal hands. I sold his trail by sunrise before the dust had settled. The sheriff counted out the cash. I never looked him in the eye. Some bargains close too fast, some scars stay wide awake. Gold can't bury what you've done, blood don't wash away with the rain. Every mile still knows your name, every lie still wears your face. felt the same beneath the weight I carried home. Every lonely campfire, through his shadow, through the flames, each rider coming down the trail looked closer every day, like judgment had borrowed another stranger's weathered face. The pouch of coins stayed buried underneath the dead mesquite. I never spent a single piece or touched it once again. Some payments by a lifetime that no whiskey can erase. Some roads stay cursed the moment that they're crossed. A loaded gun can end a fight, but not the weight behind your eyes. The richest man can still go broke when honor leaves his side. The wind forgets 1,000 tracks, the dust will hide 1,000 graves, but one betrayal lives forever inside the man who made it. Gold can't bury what you've done. Blood don't wash away with the rain. Every mile still knows your name. Every lie still wears your face. You can ride beyond the line, you can hide behind the smoke, but betrayal rides much faster than any horse you've ever known. The price was paid in borrowed gold. The debt was paid with everything. The South kept calling through the dust, but home was gone for good. One handshake changed forever the man I used to be. Blackwood just before the break of dawn. 5 riders dressed in dust with kerosene beneath our coats. The bank was never worth a fight, the message was a fire. By sunrise half the town was burning through the morning haze. The flames climbed higher than the church, the horses screamed against the reins. Nobody spoke my name, we vanished with the smoke. Smoke before sunrise, fire in the wind, leave no promise standing where the ashes fall. Every spark remembers where it came alive, every flame keeps calling through the years. You can ride away before the daylight breaks, but the smoke keeps following your trail. Some fires die beneath the rain, some burn inside a man forever. The sheriff reached the ruins with his deputies too late. A mother stood in silence where her family home had been. One young boy stared through the smoke without a single tear. He watched our fading tracks until they disappeared from sight. The years rolled by like freight don't lose a trail. It waits beyond the years. Some boys become the men who come to settle scores. Smoke before sunrise, fire in the wind. Leave no promise standing where the ashes fall. Every spark remembers where it came alive. Every flame keeps calling through the years. You can ride away before the daylight breaks, but the smoke keeps following your trail. Some fires die beneath the rain. Some burn inside a man forever. We found us one by one across the counties we once ruled. No speeches, no revengeful cries, just careful, steady aim. The strongest man among us never cleared his polished coat. The fastest hand I ever knew still fell before the draw. I heard his horse behind me as the canyon closed ahead. There was nowhere left to vanish where the sandstone met the sky. The smoke I left behind that town was waiting on that ridge, and this time I was standing in its path. The fire never chose its side, it only fed on what it found. The years never killed the truth, they sharpened every scar instead. One match can change 100 lives. One right can curse 100 roads. You don't outrun the things you burn, you only meet them later. Smoke before sunrise, fire in the wind. Leave no promise standing where the ashes fall. Every spark remembers where it came alive. Every flame keeps calling through the years. You can ride away before the daylight breaks, but the smoke keeps following your trail. Some fires die beneath the rain. Some burn inside a man forever. Ashes settle over towns, but the dead keeps burning. The smoke was gone by morning. The ashes cooled with rain, but every trail I followed still smelled of that first fire. I carved my name through border towns with iron on my side. Every score was settled by the weight behind the hammer. Men stepped into the street, believing steel would make them kings. By sundown only silence held the ground where they had stood. The smoke drifted with the wind, the echoes stayed behind. A bullet leaves the barrel, but never leaves the past. Every round writes another death, every name stays carved in lead. You can empty every chamber, still the count is never done. The road remembers every fight, the night remembers every shot. No man chooses what comes back when the reckoning takes aim. His weathered hands were shaking, but his voice refused to bend. He said I'd left his youngest in a ditch 5 winters back, a stranger with a bounty that I never stopped to question. I searched the fading memory, but his face had turned to dust. Too many jobs had blurred together on the outlaw trail. The father raised no rifle, only pointed toward the grave, then turned away like justice wasn't mine to give. Some wounds outlive the years, some graves never grow still. A trigger ends a moment, the cost keeps riding on. Every round rots another dead, every name stays carved in lead. You can empty every chamber, still the count is never done. The road remembers every fight, the night remembers every shot. No man chooses what comes back when the reckoning takes aim. That night I heard the hoofbeats long before they reached my fire. 3 riders formed a shadow where the canyon met the moon. They carried no reward posters and they wore no sheriff's stars, just weathered eyes that measured every mile I'd ever crossed. We stood with hands on holsters while the cold wind crossed the plain. Nobody spoke a single word that needed saying twice. The first draw split the silence like an axe through seasoned oak when dawn arrived. One horse rode out alone. Steel can win another fight, but never change the truth. The fastest hand still answers for every shot it fired. The dust can hide your tracks, the rain can wash the blood, but every piece of lead returns to claim its dead. Every round rots another dead, every name stays carved in lead. You can empty every chamber, still the count is never done. The road remembers every fight, the night remembers every shot. No man chooses what comes back when the reckoning takes aim. Stand your ground or turn and run. The dead still knows your name. The fire burned down to embers, the canyon kept its peace. One more trail stretched before me, one more dead road close. Town where every window stayed half closed. The church bell echoed slowly through the cold November wind. An old preacher met my eyes before I crossed the wooden steps. He spoke my name like we'd been friends. 100 years before. He never asked where I'd been. He never looked at my gun. The silence filled the room like somebody else was there. He knew the roads I traveled. He knew the blood I spilled. He never spoke with anger. He never reached for fear. Every word struck harder than any fist or gun. Some truths don't need a witness. They live inside a man. He opened up a weathered book without a single written name. He turned the empty pages like they carried hidden scars. Then one by one he spoke of towns I tried hard to forget. A bridge, a bank, a hanging tree, a canyon dressed in smoke. He named the men I'd buried and the ones I'd left behind. The widow by the river and the ranch that burned at dawn. No deputy had followed me through every crooked mile, yet somehow every secret stood between us in that room. The walls were still as stone. The fire burned down low. For once I had no answer, no steel to hide behind. He knew the roads I traveled. He knew the blood I spilled. He never spoke with anger. He never reached for fear. Every word struck harder than any fist or gun. Some truths don't need a witness. They live inside a man. Reached to leave in silence when he stopped me at the door. He said the trail ahead would end before another moon. Outside 3 riders waited with their horses facing west. No badges on their jackets, just old rifles scarred by time. They looked at me the way a man looks over unpaid work. Without a wasted movement, every hand stayed near the draw. The preacher tipped his hat, but never tried to change my role. Some reckonings belong beneath an open sky. A loaded gun can guard your life, but never guard your past. The strongest walls will always fall when truth comes through the gate. The trail keeps every footprint. The wind keeps every prayer. A man may hide from other men, but never from himself. He knew the roads I'd traveled. He knew the blood I'd spilled. He never spoke with anger. He never reached for fear. Every word struck harder than any fist or gun. Some truths don't need a witness. They live inside a man. I step back into the dust, still carrying my own name. church bell faded slowly. The riders took the trail. The preacher stayed behind. And I rode toward the dead. The saloon door swung open as the daylight lost its fight. I dropped a handful of silver on the old discarded bar. The barkeep poured without a word, like he already knew my role. Some faces never leave a man, they only lose their names. One more glass, one more lie, one more night without sleep. The bottle dulled the edge, but never killed the truth. Whiskey never changed the past, it only blurred the trail. Every drink brought back a face, every burn recalled a name. The smoke hung thick above the bar, the silence sat beside me. You can drown a memory deep, but it always learns to swim. A drifter claimed the empty stool and ordered one the same. Where the coal was torn apart by years of dust and lead. He spoke about a bounty paid in a town called Broken Pine. The story matched too closely with a job I'd done for gold. He reached beneath his jacket and laid a pocket watch on wood. It's cracked old cover carried marks I couldn't fail to know. I'd taken it from someone lying cold beside the tracks. The room turned quiet long before I raised my eyes. The piano lost its song, the room forgot to breathe. Some deaths walk through the door without a drawn-out thread. Whiskey never changed the past, it only blurred the trail. Every drink brought back a face, every burn recalled a name. The smoke hung thick above the bar, the silence sat beside me. You can drown a memory deep, but it always learns to swim. He never touched his revolver, though it rested at his side. He only asked one question that cut deeper than a blade. Did he know why he had to die before you took the shot? The answer stayed in prison somewhere underneath my tongue. I pushed the glass away untouched and stood beneath the smoke. The whole saloon grew smaller than the weight upon my chest. Outside the horses stamped the dirt beneath the rising dawn, a man's own shadow waits. Where every trail goes thin, the hardest fights he'll face begin beneath his skin. Whiskey never changed the past, it only blurred the trail. Every drink brought back a face, every burn recalled a name. The smoke hung thick above the bar, the silence sat beside me. You can drown a memory deep, but it always learns to swim. I left the bottle where it stood, the dead rode home with me. The bar grew small behind me, the wind stayed cold and dry. Some men leave with whiskey, I left with open eyes. Camp before the morning wind. The fire still held its embers, but the outlaw's bed lay cold. His rifle leaned untouched against a weather-beaten pine. Only fresh blood marked the ground where he should have been. No hoofprints left the camp, no voices broke the dawn. Something reached him first, long before we came. Hell collected first that day, before the law could claim his name. The trail was cold, the blood was warm, but nobody stood to fight. Some debts never wait in line, some reckonings don't wear a badge. The West keeps darker hands at work long before the law arrives. We tracked the stains for miles beneath the broken canyon walls. No sign of any struggle, just a lonely winding trail. A battered hat lay upside down beside a dying stream. Its brim was torn by something sharper than a hunting knife. One rider whispered quietly, he'd never seen the like. The oldest man among us spat and loaded one more round. He chased too many outlaws not to know when fear was close. Still nobody turned back toward home. The wind refused to rest, the raven circled low. Every mile grew still, like the land was watching. Hell collected first that day, before the law could claim his name. The trail was cold, the blood was warm, but nobody stood to fight. Some debts never wait in line, some reckonings don't wear a badge. The West keeps darker hands at work creek pass. The outlaw sat against the wall with open, lifeless eyes. His revolver held 6 cartridges that never left the drum. The bounty folded neatly underneath his frozen hand. No gold was taken from his coat, no horse was led away. It looked as though whoever came had wanted only him. The oldest rider tipped his hat before we walked outside. Some endings carry justice without witnesses. Not every score is settled by iron rope or law. Some roads have silent judges who never miss their mark. The proudest man can vanish without a final draw. The West remembers everything, even when no one speaks. Hell collected first that day, before the law could claim his name. The trail was cold, the blood was warm, but nobody stood to fight. Some deaths never wait in line, some reckonings don't wear a badge. The West keeps darker hands at work long before the law arrives. We carried home the bounty, but someone else took the prize. The horses faced the sunset, no rider spoke a word. Some trails end with gunfire, some end long before. Ago, but it never left my boots. I still heard cannon thunder when the night turned cold and still. Every scar beneath my coat remembered where it came from. Some battles crossed the border, then settled in my soul. The bugle quit its call, the rifles lost their voice, but every quiet night brought the march back home. Nothing dies unpaid, nothing fades for free. Every shot keeps traveling long after battles end. The smoke may leave the field, the flags may all come down, but every man still carries the war he walked away from. I drifted through the border towns with no place left to claim, trading work for whiskey in another restless dawn. The folks who passed me by just saw another worn-out drifter. They never saw the soldier still digging shallow graves. One evening at a railroad stop, a young boy waved hello. His father wore the same old coat my captain used to wear. He smiled the way good men still do before the bullets fly. And for a breath I stood inside those years again. The train will split the air. Some memories stay loaded, no matter where you run. Nothing dies unpaid, nothing fades for free. Every shot keeps traveling long after battles end. The smoke may leave the field, the flags may all come down, but every man still carries the war he walked away from. The fire burned down low. A stranger poured black coffee from a battered iron pot. He asked me where I'd served, but never waited for a lie. The metal sewn inside my coat had answered him already. We sat until the sunrise without speaking of the day. Some stories need no telling when the scars remain in view. He mounted up at daylight and disappeared beyond the ridge, like every brother war had taken home. A battlefield grows quiet, the echoes never do. A rifle may fall silent, the memory never will. Time can go the iron, it can't erase the names. Some debts belong to history, some never leave the man. Nothing dies unpaid, nothing fades for free. Every shot keeps traveling long after battles end. The smoke may leave the field, the flags may all come down, but every man still carries the war he walked away from. The years don't settle every score, some battles ride forever. The sunrise warmed the valley, the silence held its ground. I rode beyond the border, but the war rode on. in my grave. I reached the hill where the crosses leaned against the wind. Some belonged to honest men, some carried outlaw names. I found an empty patch of earth untouched by boots or rain. Like someone long before it, no, not someday right this far. The old undertaker came walking with a shovel on his shoulder. He never asked for silver, never questioned why I came. He only tipped his hat and looked across the quiet field, like he buried men exactly like me all his life. No sermon filled the air, no judgment crossed his face. The silence said enough for both of us to hear. Lay the past beside these bones, leave the blood beneath the dirt. Don't carve excuses into stone, the truth has earned its place. My ground through every storm. I paid in iron, sweat, and scars. When the last shovel hits the ground, leave the receipt in my grave. Carried distant hoofbeats from somewhere down the ridge. The riders never hurried, like they knew I'd never run. I checked the chambers one last time and closed the cylinders slow. Old habits never leave a man who's lived beneath the gun. I planted both my boots where the dry earth met the grass. If this was where the trail collected everything I owe, I'd meet it face to face beneath the wide and empty sky, just like every outlaw swears he will. No man outrides forever, no steel outlives the years. The dust keeps every footprint, the wind repeats each name. Stand tall until the end, don't beg for one more dawn. A man is measured best by how he faces fate. Change the trail, but a man can face it standing. The sun slipped past the ridge, the riders reached the hill. The wind erased my tracks, the debt was finally paid.